Hi there. Maybe some of you know, but I'm a broke design student. So sometimes I do digital art commissions. I like doing them. It's really good illustration practice. But most of the time it's been my friends who order them from me. Please buy my art. Just kidding. I've tried advertising my art on multiple platforms and social medias, but I've never been noticed. Anyway, I'm not sure if you would consider this a social media, but I use Discord with my friends, and I've been trying to sell my art on different servers there. More recently, one of my friends invited me to her new Discord server. I wasn't really active on it because most of the people there were a lot younger than me, and it made me feel uncomfortable. One day, when I was bored, I opened up the server's general chat and said something like, "I want to fall in love again." I said that because I was frustrated with how my love life was going, but that's something I'll talk about another time. I thought that nobody would really think anything of it and just move on, because it's exactly what I did. I had forgotten that I left that message there. I think it was like a day or two later when someone DM'd me something like this, to which I was confused about, but I was really actually considering it because I'm lonely. Obviously, I wasn't serious because I never wanted an online relationship, especially with some guy I just met on the internet. Still, I heard him out on what he had to say. He introduced more about himself. He said he was 19, and that's my age, so I was relieved that it wasn't just some kid. He told me that he actually lived in the province next to where I lived, which was kind of surprising because I didn't meet that many people near me on the internet. We talked for a while, and he told me to take his offer seriously. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, so I took a day to think about it. I told him that I can't date him because of many reasons, but the main one being that I had just met him. I said that we could still be friends and talk sometimes. He told me something like, "If we do spend some time together, maybe you can answer me seriously again," to which I just ignored because I didn't want to cause any conflict. And I know what you're all gonna say. That's already a bad sign. And, well, I was a pretty dumb bitch. And I still kinda am. God. After that, he told me he wanted to voice call me the next night, and I was like, why not? Because I do that with most of my online friends anyway. A bit later, he asked me if I did commissions in my free time, because I told him that I was an art and design student. I told him that I certainly do, and then he asked me for examples of my artwork. I showed him, and he liked it. Then he showed me a character from one of his favorite video games and said he'd love for me to draw them. So I was like, yeah, sure. After that, he asked me about pricing, so I told him X amount would be good. Then he offered me 10 times more than the amount I mentioned. I was shocked because why would anyone want to pay more than the set price? He said that I deserved it and that he loved spoiling his friends. And that sentence right there made me realize something was up. But who was I to pass on an offer that good, right? He even offered to prepay me, but I told him that I'll show him a rough sketch of what I can do first, and then he could give me a deposit. I told him that I'd start on it tomorrow after I do my school assignments, and he was alright with that. So the next day, I go to work in the morning, got off, and then went to the grocery store. And then I went home. I got home and wanted to work on the assignments. I go on my computer to talk to some of my friends, when I see I got a message from Chris. He was asking if I wanted to see a picture of him. I hesitated because what did he mean? When some stranger guy asks you that on the internet, it's usually their dick. Anyway, I said sure, hesitantly, and he warned me that he's far from handsome. I thought it couldn't be that bad, right? Well, it was. Not that he was ugly. No, that would have been much better than what I witnessed. Remember when he said he was 19? Well, this man certainly was not a day under 30 years old. It was clear that he was lying about his age, so I said, "Wow, you look mature." To which he insisted that he's 19. Yeah, so I try to act like I believed him, and right after that, I'm not sure how the conversation led to this, but he started mentioning some awful and disgusting things. He said that he was sexually molested as a child, and if that were true, that is horrible. But then he continued to list other bad experiences in his life, like how he was put in foster care and that he was in juvie for being violent. I didn't understand why he was telling me this, but in my gut, I felt like he wanted me to feel pity or to feel sorry for him. Almost immediately after, I tried to contact my friend that owned the server he was in. She told me some pretty horrifying truths. Apparently, he had dated an underage girl and was some kind of sugar daddy to a couple of other girls. Not only that, but he tried to force her, my friend, to date him by spam texting her every day to go out with him. I was repulsed. I then told him that I found out these things and that I did not want to talk to him anymore, that pedophile. I told my other friend what happened, and he reported the guy to the authorities. But the guy kept trying to excuse himself, and he sent about 4 paragraphs of excuses and how it was the past. But I just couldn't trust someone like that. I had to say goodbye to him anyway, and this is how I decided to do it. I was pretty bummed out after that happened, but being able to share my story really helps. I got skimped on that good money, but at least I found out that my morals are in line. Artists should never have to resort to doing art or business with someone who causes them anxiety. And in this case, this dude was basically a criminal. Thank you for watching my video. This is the first time I've ever made something like this, and I know it turned out really bad. Sorry for the shitty audio. I don't have a proper mic or but I still wanted to get my story out there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.